Did you know that amazing and terrifying discoveries can be found not only in the depths of the seas and oceans? Rivers also hold equally amazing and terrifying finds, which we will talk about today. This is Top Facts Black, and these are the incredible river finds that are hard to believe. Enjoy watching and let's go. The Cave of Lost Souls stunned a group of explorers with its mysterious atmosphere. Inside, they discovered thousands of abandoned cars, rusting and leaking on the bottom of a Welsh mine. The cave walls held many stories of the lives of the once-lived cars. But how did these cars end up in such an abandoned place on the bottom of the mine? This mystery remains unsolved to this day. It was thought that the cars may have been stolen and abandoned by criminals, but this theory was not enough to explain all the details of this strange incident. Researchers continue to search for the real reason that could have led to the merging of thousands of expensive cars on the bottom of the Welsh mine. However, for now, the mystery remains unsolved, and the cave continues to keep its secrets, as if waiting for someone to finally reveal them. A European native was over the moon with joy when, after a long 10 hours of hard work, he caught a fish. However, instead of feeling the sweetness of victory, he faced the most terrifying experience of his life. When he pulled out his catch, it turned out that a giant monster was stuck on his hook. This huge creature thrashed and struck the boat several times, causing it to capsize. But even after that, the European native did not lose his composure and continued to fight for his catch. Finally, he managed to pull this creature out of the water, and what he saw made his hair stand on end. Before him was a huge Loch Ness catfish, 5.5 meters long, whose long tail splashed on the surface of the water. And the weight of this fish was 113 kilograms. But this was far from the biggest creature that legends tell about. There are stories of catfish weighing up to 400 kilograms. Nevertheless, one should be extremely careful, because this fish can be dangerous to humans. There are even reports that catfish devour people, swallowing them whole. Therefore, one should be very attentive if you go fishing in places where these giants live. The team of explorers was amazed when they came across a bull shark in the heart of the Amazon River. How is this possible? Bull sharks are considered one of the deadliest and most aggressive creatures that can survive in both fresh and salt water. Their weight can reach thousands of kilograms, and their size can be up to 4 meters. These animals usually travel upstream on the Mississippi River, and bull sharks in Alton, Illinois, are considered responsible for most shark attacks on the shore. Who would have thought that a shark could be in the heart of the jungle? Of course, this raises questions about how dangerous these animals are. Some claim that bull sharks can attack humans, while others say that they do not pose a threat unless you are in direct danger. Nevertheless, if you ever encounter a shark in the river, be extremely careful. Although they do not always attack humans, there have been several interactions between sharks and humans reported. In any case, these creatures are truly amazing, and each of their appearances causes shock and delight to everyone who has the fortune to see them in person. Many people believe that when underwater, they are safe from the dangers that may lurk on the surface. But this is far from the truth. For example, imagine that you are underwater and suddenly see a spider swimming towards you. What would you do? For many divers, this can be a real test that causes them real fear. But in fact, this diving spider is a truly amazing creature. It can breathe underwater using a water bubble like an oxygen tank. Who would have thought that a spider could survive underwater? However, if you are afraid of spiders, this can be quite a scary experience. And not only diving spiders can live in the water. There are many species that can survive in an aquatic environment, and the bite of some of them can cause a prolonged illness. I want to show you an unusual house that stands in the middle of the river. This 3-story building in France may seem like a victim of flooding, but it was actually built there intentionally. The house looks quite eerie, especially at night when the light turns on in one of the rooms. This may seem strange as the house has long been abandoned and looks empty. But do not forget that this place can be dangerous, especially for those who fear ghosts and spirits. Although maybe you do not believe in such things, nevertheless, this is a really interesting place to explore. It may hide many mysteries and secrets that are just waiting to be revealed. So if you love adventure and are not afraid of a few scary moments, perhaps this place is worth a visit. Imagine you are on the shore of a lake, and your goal is to catch fish for lunch. It may seem like a simple task, but how can you do it without a fishing rod, and when you need to gather fish in large quantities? However, an African tribe knows a unique method of fishing called coral fishing. This unusual method requires a lot of patience and strength, but it yields a plentiful catch. First, you need to gather several vines, which are then pulled together to form a large circle. This circle is surrounded by rocks, leaving a small opening for the fish to enter. When the fish enters this trap, it becomes frightened and panicked, diving deeper into the circle. This allows the fisherman to easily catch the fish. Thus, this method can provide a large amount of protein-rich food for the tribe. Therefore, coral fishing has become one of the main sources of food for the African tribe living near water sources. The boy who was busy collecting beautiful lilies by the pond would never have thought that this rotten log could become his ticket to an abundance of fish. He noticed something strange inside, and then a fish jumped out of the log in front of him. Without hesitation, the boy began to collect the fish, as there were countless numbers of them. This unique fishing method uses a hollow log filled with shellfish placed in a river. The fish enters the trap attracted by the fiber. This is an ancient fishing method used in many Asian countries for quick and efficient fishing. Gold miners in Russia were amazed when they came across something strange, a tall wooden sculpture floating on the surface of the river. This totem pole, carved from a single piece of wood, is adorned with terrifying faces, but I don't think the creators intended to make it scary. After all, this is a unique 9-foot totem pole, one of the oldest in the world, preserved because it was carved from wood using stone tools and marked with stone knives. The sculpture dates back 11,000 years, but its purpose remains a mystery to this day. Local residents claimed that it was an idol of Shiger, used to warn people of a dangerous area. However, this totem pole created in ancient times remains an impressive testament to the creativity and skill of ancient people. The man was on the brink of ecstasy as he prepared to use his magnetic equipment to extract the treasure hidden underwater. But his euphoria quickly turned to fear when he saw a huge voodoo cauldron filled with strange items like horseshoes, axes, and incomprehensible objects. Many people associate these cauldrons with witches and their sinister deeds, but in reality, they are part of a folk religion that originated in Haiti during slavery, when African cultures and religions collided with Catholicism. Despite common beliefs, these cauldrons have nothing to do with witchcraft or demons. When you are on the riverbank or floating on a boat, an incredible sight may amaze you, numerous small bubbles popping up on the water's surface. That's what happened to one explorer who was amazed by this unusual phenomenon and started studying it. It turned out that these bubbles are the largest natural source of atmospheric methane in the world. They are formed by the decomposition of vegetable and animal remains at the bottom of the river. This is truly a breathtaking sight that reminds us of how incredible and diverse nature is. Horror and death gripped a small village when a catfish man cursed their waters. A farmer lost his beloved son, watching him being dragged by the terrifying creature into the depths of the river. The villagers did everything they could to find the boy's body, but to no avail. However, this was not the only attack on humans. 2 more horrifying incidents were documented in India. A group of researchers decided to uncover the mystery behind these terrible attacks and discovered that it was caused by the catfish man, also known as the giant devil catfish. This horrific creature was not only aggressive, but also carnivorous. It was a true, insatiable predator, and its enormous size and terrifying appearance instilled fear and awe in people. This frightening monster has no scales, and its body has a large flat head and 3 pairs of sharp spines. It can attack humans without warning, and its appetite is so boundless that it will stop at nothing to satisfy its hunger. The world of fishermen is full of amazing stories of catching unusual fish and unexpected adventures. Once in Cambodia, a fisherman was amazed by the sight of a giant stingray lurking sullenly at the bottom of the river. He decided to catch it on his only fishing rod, and to everyone's surprise, he succeeded. The fisherman pulled ashore a monstrous creature that looked like the largest freshwater fish in the world. The locals couldn't believe their eyes when they saw this huge stingray breathing and alive. Later, a team of researchers arrived on the scene, took the necessary measures, and released the fish back into the river. It was a true feat for this fisherman, and his story became a legend among the locals. When people in the US saw a huge school of Asian carp caught by electrofishing at Barkley Dam, they were shocked by the brutality of this fishing method. But later, it turned out that these fish cause serious harm to local fish populations, infecting lakes and rivers as they compete for food and space with other fish species. Many people believe that the best solution would be to use physical removal or create physical barriers to prevent the spread of Asian carp. Sheep's head fish. Such a cute name for this fish, but let's be honest. When they open their mouth, they look simply horrifying. Fishermen caught one of these peculiar fish weighing almost 4 kg with a toothy face, also known as the convict fish. It is distinguished by its black and gray coloring with horizontal stripes on its body. This fish is capable of stealing bait with its big black beady eyes and a creepy smile resembling a human smile. The fish's front teeth are even covered with enamel like humans, and the sheep's head fish's jaws can be intimidating to those unfamiliar with this species. But don't be afraid. They are not a threat to humans unless provoked. Usually they can be found around structures such as docks, bridges, oil rigs, and reefs, as piles covered in shells are an excellent food source for this fish. So friends, these were amazing river finds that are hard to believe. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see something similar, then leave comments, give likes, subscribe to the TopFacts Black channel, and right now, watch one of the previous episodes that appeared on your screen.